African countries with the most scammers or internet fraudsters. Hello Displorers, welcome to another informative video presented to you by Displore, and thanks for watching. In this video, we shall take a dive into the world of advanced fee scam or scammers, a phenomenon which has left most countries on the continent on the red list of so many international organs and countries. According to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, an advance fee scheme occurs when the victim pays money to someone in anticipation of receiving something of greater value, such as a loan, a contract, investment, or gift, and then receives little or nothing in return. There are many variations of scamming depending on the country from where it originates, including the Nigerian Prince scam, Sakwa Boys 419, Yahoo Boys, Great Men, and many more. The scam has been used with fax and traditional mail and is now prevalent in online communications like emails. Looking at its methodologies, one might be mistaking it to be recent, but the modern scam is similar to the Spanish prisoner scam, which dates back to the late 18th century. In that con, businessmen were contacted by an individual allegedly trying to smuggle someone that is connected to a wealthy family out of a prison in Spain. In exchange for assistance, the scammer promised to share money with the victim in exchange for a small amount of money to bribe prison guards. Financial scams have continued on an upward trajectory in Africa, and many unsuspecting people have fallen victims where scammers may ask the user to transfer a huge amount of money to an insecure account or trick them into disclosing card details. At other times, scammers send shady links via SMS or emails to people to compromise their account security, which result in these fraudsters gaining a backdoor access to the owner's bank accounts and divert available funds. There are instances of different kinds of online frauds, such as hacking, phishing, and leaking out sensitive financial transactions and informations, and some countries are known for specific types or all. In most of these countries, both men and women involved themselves in such fraudulent activities, and hence, in this video, we shall look at some of the African countries with the most scammers. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't get to miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Cameroon. The recent decade in Cameroon has observed a dramatic increase in fraud targeting foreigners. These fraudulent schemes come in many varieties, ranging from simple pleas for donations to fictitious charities to elaborate fraudulent invoices on corporate or governmental letterheads. Some of the most popular scams involve the adoption of children or animals over the internet. Other versions of this fraud involve wildlife, including birds, often parrots, dogs like Yorkshire Terriers, and bulldog puppies and monkeys. A new twist in the conventional email adoption scam, which has appeared recently, is one which occurs after the victim discovers that he or she has been fooled by a scam. Once the victim suspects fraud and breaks off communications with the scammers, a new email message will arrive claiming to be from the Cameroon FBI or some such police agency. This fictitious policeman will offer to recover the victim's lost money. The scammers will then ask for a refundable fee to open the investigation or court files. Number 9. Zimbabwe. The more technology has grown in Zimbabwe, so has unprecedented ways of internet fraud developed in the country. There are many kinds of frauds committed in the country, including card frauds like card present frauds, card not present frauds, which is most common. This occurs when the card holder's information is stolen and used illegally without the physical presence of the card. This kind of fraud usually occurs online and may be the result of so-called phishing emails sent by fraudsters impersonating credible institutions to steal personal or financial information through a contaminated link. Given their reputation, many foreigners get to be skeptical to do business with Zimbabweans to the detriment of the country. Number 8. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone scam is another 419 advanced fee scheme country where the fraudsters play on their desperation to solve a financial crisis of your own or your greed. The tale is always about some tragic circumstance where the government is corrupt or the family is in crisis and they are reaching out to you only in a world of millions. Like all the African scams, this con artist will want to get personal information from you, including your banking and financial details, in order to allegedly affect money transfers. Usually, the con men will present a never-ending list of advanced fees to be paid for storage, bribes, before the money can be transferred. Even though the offers given by these scammers are usually too good to be true, they rely on your greed or financial desperation to hook you and draw you in. Number 7. Botswana. The fraudster's business in Botswana is a multi-dimensional situation which, if you're not careful, you will likely fall prey before you even know it. Communications typically concern requests for advanced wire transfers of money to pay for goods ordered on the internet, or messages that request an advance payment before the release of some lottery prize, or for apartment keys. If those two don't ring a bell yet, alarm bells should go off when you hear of making payments through Western Union or similar agencies. The number of youths especially involved in this activity is especially huge given the unemployment rate in the country. To help protect the country's image as well as victims, the government works hand in glove with some of those organizations and financial organizations mostly used to transfer such funds. Number 6. Togo. Togo takes another dimension to the popular internet fraudsters or scammers business, romance or investment. The growth of this business in this small African nation has been a result of the migration of scammers from notorious countries like Nigeria and Ghana to appear more genuine to their victims. Due to the heavy campaigns to sensitivity, some of these scammers even operate in their countries of origin but persuade their victims to transfer funds through Togo. The scams are often started over the internet and ultimately end up with the Australians sending money through wire transfers to people they believe they have formed a romantic relationship with, or to businesses where they believe they are investing in. West Australians have lost thousands of dollars in such schemes that are all fraudulent. Number 5. Ivory Coast. The internet fraudster business is a very prevalent and particular part of the lives of many youths in the university and even school dropouts. These scammers purchase an inexpensive mobile phone and prepaid SIM card without submitting any identifying information, and when they suspect that they are being traced, they discard their mobile phones and purchase new ones. The spam emails used in these scams are often sent from internet cafes equipped with satellite internet connection. Recipient addresses and email content are copied and passed into a webmail interface using a standalone storage medium, such as a memory card. Certain areas of the country contain mini cyber cafes that serve scammers, sealing their doors from 10:30 p.m. to 7 a.m. so that scammers inside may work without fear of discovery. Number 4. Kenya. Just as industrialization and new tech cities are emerging in Kenya, so is the prevalence of fraudster activities. These mostly come in the form of requests for advance wire transfers of money to pay for goods ordered on the internet, before the goods will be allegedly shipped, or messages that request an advance payment before the release of some lottery prize, or for apartment keys. Just like the scammers in many other African countries, they also request their victims to pay money using agencies like Western Union and many other similar ones to pay money or transfer funds. These scammers also tend to take different forms, use different methods to stay ahead of authorities, and evade the suspicions of new victims. Number 3. South Africa. South Africa has been ranked as amongst the countries with the most internet fraudsters, not only on a continental level, but often amongst the top worldwide. Numerous reports of investments, romantic and other forms of scamming have been reported to involve the Southern African country, especially in the last decade. The alluring factor of this explosive activity, just like in Ghana, is the lavish and expensive lifestyles on display of these fraudsters. South African scammers are involved in mystical practices which are believed to ensure that the victim falls for the trick. Bank fraudsters have also grown in number, with phishing, visiting spoofed banking websites, or receiving false messages, notifications of banks withdrawals or deposits being the most used tricks. Government efforts to crack down the activity is greatly affected by cover-up schemes and the ever-changing methods used by the scammers. Number 2. Ghana. Come with us to Ghana and let us introduce you to the Sakawa spectacle, a Ghanaian term for illegal practices which combine modern internet-based fraud with African traditionalist rituals performed to manipulate victims so that the scammer's fraud is successful. Formerly known as Yahoo Boys, a word borrowed from Nigeria, the 77% cybercrime can take the form of romance, a concession in gold, timber, securities or oil. Sakawa is not just a living but a lifestyle, as the Sakawa Boys flaunt stylish clothes, luxury cars and enormous wealth in order to promote this act, especially in impoverished areas, which has developed a culture around Sakawa influencing music, movies and clothing brands. The Ghanaian Times reports that the government minister complained of chiefs condoning and conniving with Sakawa Boys, which makes it extremely hard for the activity to be cracked down by authorities. The same minister also claimed that some of the conmen had bribed the chief to rename his town either Galaxy City or La Palmas. The negative effect of Sakawa Boys' cons is felt as the image of the country is dented both nationally and internationally. Number 1. Nigeria. No matter the planet you live in, you must have heard the Nigerian prince, 419 or Yahoo Boys scams as they have depicted in movies both in Africa, Hollywood and Bollywood. In these 419 scams, a Nigerian prince or other member of a royal family is seeking to transfer large sums of money out of the country. The number 419 refers to the section of the Nigerian Criminal Code dealing with fraud, the charges and penalties for offenders. The scale, extent and agenda of the Nigerian scammers knows no boundaries and has limitations, as Nigeria also contains many businesses that provide false documents used in scams. In 2005, a scam involving a forged signature of Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo caused Nigerian authorities to raid a market in the Oluwole section of Lagos, seizing thousands of Nigerian and non-Nigerian passports, 10,000 blank British Airways boarding passes, 10,000 United States postal money orders, customs documents, false university certificates, 500 printing plates and 500 computers. This act is proven to be not only lucrative but has put Nigeria at the top of all red warning alerts internationally. With a lifestyle of luxury and excess often depicted in movies and music, it is no wonder that it has been one of those things which has only expanded and evolved with time, even involving heavy rituals. There you have it, explorers. Those were the African countries with the most internet fraudsters. Thanks for watching this video, and if you did enjoy this video, do well to give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.